So the San Francisco 49ers beat the Cardinals, and man, what a heartbreaker. Cardinals fans, I'm so sorry. This one was brutal, even down to the end when it looked like Kyler Murray got hurt. This is about as bad of a loss as you can get. Hopefully Kyler's okay. As of recording this video, I don't know what's happening. But I just want to get into sort of the end. I'm going to talk about, first, let's talk about the interception late. So it's going to be a man coverage play, and they're going to blitz, and they're doing a disguise here. So actually, the defensive end, who's to Kyler's right, he's going to be covering the halfback. So definitely an interesting disguise here. They're going to have a linebacker and a defensive back rush the passer, and then just 3 defensive linemen. And then for Kyler, he actually has the correct read on this one. There is a fade route to his right. And since there's only one safety deep, this is a one-on-one matchup, and it typically is a pretty low-risk, high-reward play. The goal in these types of plays is throw it to where only your receiver can get it. Put it in a spot where it's going to go out of bounds, and either it'll fall harmlessly out of bounds, or your receiver is able to sort of bring it back and make a good catch. And watch how once this ball is snapped, notice how Kyler throws it. Watch how he's kind of throwing it off his back foot. He's expecting pressure right here. This is not his typical throwing motion, but he is expecting pressure, and he's trying to make sure he gets it over to defensive line on this play. And I think the reason why he was expecting pressure is because of the blitz, and it looked like at first that he was going to be one short on a blocker, but the reality is he had enough since the defensive end eventually went over and started covering the halfback. So Kyler's throwing it there, but he's throwing it off his back foot, which means that it's going to be more difficult for him to get power onto it. As you see, that's underthrown. And that just can't happen. That's the one thing you can't do on a play like that is underthrow it. If you overthrow it, who cares? No big deal. You can, live to see another play. But in this scenario, that's just the worst thing you can do. And it was a good defensive play, too. Give Witherspoon some credit. But yeah, you just got to be better than that if you're Kyler. You just do. However, they would get another opportunity since Robbie Gould missed what would have been a game clincher. So then I'm going to break down this final drive. So to set the stage, 1 minute and 5 seconds left. At their own 27, no timeouts, and this is going to be the first play. You're going to see a lot of zone coverage that the 49ers are in. They play zone coverage a lot. That's what they're doing in this situation, and so for Kyler Murray, the mindset for the Cardinals seems to be let's throw underneath and hope our playmakers can make a play, and for San Francisco, they're saying, great, force them to do that, and we'll just come up and make a tackle. So here, that's what's going to happen. Kyler takes the snap. He throws it to Fitzgerald. They make the catch and gain about 4 yards. It's nothing special. It's nothing great, but you do gain 4 yards, and that's okay, I guess. So then this play would happen. I've shown another route. It's essentially the same thing, and the reason why I've shown another route on the screen is you just kind of show how these plays can work, is if you put someone going deep, that can sort of force San Francisco further deep, and their whole mindset is to not give up a big chunk play, be okay with these smaller plays. And so Arizona is trying to get, it looks like they're just trying to get to the 50-yard line so they can try a Hail Mary. That seems like their big mindset in this final drive. Again, Kyler takes the snap. They put a circle on the screen for some reason, and then Fitzgerald gets the first down. So again, they get the first down, but they're taking a lot of time. They're going to eventually spike it on the very next play, so then it's going to be a 2nd down and 10. So that's when this play would happen. It's going to be something very similar once again. It's different. What they do is they have 3 eligible receivers to Murray's left who are all going to run deeper routes, but this play is designed just to, again, go underneath, and I really think what they're hoping on this play is they can potentially get to the 50, they get the first down, can spike it again. You get a couple plays to try and push it forward, and if not, you just go for the Hail Mary and then a 2-point conversion to tie it up. Personally, I think there's enough time left that you don't have to go, just decide we're just going to try and get a Hail Mary. I think you can try and get closer and maybe get inside the 20 or something. Maybe even get, just have a traditional touchdown drive. There is time. The no timeouts hurts, but I do feel like to some degree they were a bit too cautious in this moment. But yeah, once again, this play develops. It works how both teams are expecting it to. And in this, I want to pause it right here because the commentators, and it seemed like other people were saying if he didn't slip, he could have gotten a lot more yards. I just don't see that. I think that there's not too much room right here. Maybe if he cuts out over the middle and runs towards the Cardinals logo, he can gain some more yards that way. But the closest linebacker is Fred Warner, and I just trust him to be able to take a good angle and not allow him to gain too many yards. I think maybe he gains a few more, but it's not a big deal either way, so I don't really see it. As you see, Christian Kirk does slip and fall almost immediately, so he would have gained a couple more yards for sure, but I don't think that was actually that big of a deal. So then we have this play. It's 3rd down and 6. It looks like it's a cover 3 right here, and so that means that going deep towards the sideline can actually be a good situation since, you know, it's kind of a one-on-one matchup, although typically in cover 3, and especially in a moment like this, the defensive backs who are in charge of covering deep towards the sidelines, they're going to make sure they do not get beat deep. That's their one main goal on a play like this. Like, watch, Kyler takes the snap. He's going to throw it in that direction. And you see right there in the bottom corner of the screen, you see that Kirk is clearly further behind the 49er player who is going up against him. That's Witherspoon, and he's really doing a great job of just staying in front of Kirk right here, and he's kind of just going to use his body to his advantage. What he's going to do is he's going to just step in front of Kirk and then just slow down a little bit, and they tend to not call those like that, you know? If a wide receiver does it and then comes back to the ball, usually they end up calling it a defensive pass interference. So here, it's usually just going to be a no call. Watch how he just kind of boxes him out a little bit. Kirk can't get to the ball since Witherspoon boxed him out. So, you know, I think it's a fine decision for Murray to make. You have to start taking those chances. If it worked, you would have had a real shot to tie the game, and you would have gotten out of bounds. But, you know, it was good defense. So then finally this play, it's 4th down and 6. It's going to be cover 2 zone. I was thinking maybe do you want to go for the end zone here? Just try a Hail Mary. At least you get one shot. I think they made the correct decision not to, with just going with a comeback route to Hopkins. I think that's the correct call, just because you're far away and you want to just be able to get this so that way you at least have a couple shots, whereas if you throw it now, it's your only opportunity. So I think this was the correct decision. But yeah, so Hopkins is running a comeback route to Murray's left, and that's where he's going to look to throw it to. I think it makes sense. It can get out of bounds, and it can get you to 1st down. But one clear issue is going to be the offensive line, and there's going to be a twist for San Francisco with their 2 defensive tackles, and watch how well it works. Arizona's going to get fooled on this one. Bad time to get fooled. Murray gets clobbered, and you see there was an opening. If Murray didn't get hit, if the line picked it up, which they should have been able to, Murray's able to make this throw. Hopkins probably makes the grab. And, you know, most likely this is the completion. They get the 1st down. Hopkins gets out of bounds, and they at least get a Hail Mary opportunity or two. They still probably don't win, but with that hit, they're definitely not going to win. Just brutal. And as you see, Hopkins still nearly almost made the play, but didn't. Yeah, I mean, just a brutal loss for Arizona, man. That's a tough one. Now for Arizona, if they want to make the playoffs, they need some help because they need the Chicago Bears to lose one of their next 2 games, and they're going to have to win their last 2, or they need Chicago to lose out. And the issue is Chicago plays Jacksonville, and while they do play Green Bay week 17, Arizona plays the Los Angeles Rams. So now either Arizona's going to have to beat the Rams, or Green Bay is going to have to lose to both the Jaguars and the Packers. It's going to be tough. So, you know, this was their opportunity. They had to find a way to win this one, and they weren't able to, and it's just a tough loss. It just is. You know, I'm taking it from their side because they're the team that has something at stake. Good for San Francisco. You showed that you're a good team, and even, you know, I think George Kittle being in that lineup does a ton, and, you know, Kyle Shanahan, he's a great coach, and for C.J. Beathard, it's a good story for him, but to me, the bigger story is the heartbreak, and I feel for Cardinals fans who have been waiting a while to get back into the postseason, and if they won this one, they probably would have been in. To lose it, it sucks, it really does, so yeah, my heart goes out for you, but hey, it's not over. You will be fighting week 17 for a spot, so at least you have that going for you. And we'll see what happens. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.